Okay, go.
We wish you a smelly Christmas. We wish you a smelly Christmas. We wish you a smelly Christmas and a happy New Year.
So out of tune. Sorry, you were fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't in tune
You
with
liar.
you. Oh dear. Welcome back, everybody, to the new episode of Frag Chat with Smurfy and Smelly. And today, it's our Christmas special, really, because we're going to talk about our favourite festive fragrances, which is going to be fun.
Yes.
And lovely tree here at Claire's house. What are you drinking tonight, Claire?
Drink of the night is actually vodka and lemonade. So not vodka and Coke for a change.
Lovely. And I love the glass.
Yeah, the glass is awesome.
I've got to drive home, so I'm not drinking, which is horrible.
Great, it looks with the old ring light on.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty.
Sparkles, doesn't it? I've got water.
Sorry about that.
But it's only Claire's first drink, so we're not like we're tips. She's
No.
tipsy. Right, okay, so fragrances for Christmas, festive fragrances. We've got 5 each. And let us know in the comments who you think chose the best ones, or which was the best one for each of us, etc. And what your favourite festive fragrances are. So, what do you think when we talk about a festive fragrance? What do we mean? How should a fragrance smell to be considered festive?
I think we're just talking absolute bullshit.
That's
And
what I thought.
at the end of the day, wear whatever you like. But
Exactly.
for the purposes of making a video that people want to watch, I have chosen fragrances that are kind of rich and spicy.
Yeah.
And most of mine are quite vanillic actually.
Okay.
But they feel very rich. And
Right.
I think that's, for me, that feels a bit festive. I don't really know why, but...
I think that tends to be the way people look at it. I think people, obviously it's in the middle of winter, so people tend to say that richer fragrances work better than not your lemony fresh ones. And I guess a lot of the foods and things we have might be spicy and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, spices, and you've got frankincense and myrrh, the story of the baby Jesus and all that stuff as well.
Don't get all religious on this. Yeah.
You know, I'm very deeply religious,
Very devout, okay. And of course, what was I going to say? But we haven't like picked ones that smell of cranberry sauce or
actually, I've just remembered I have got a cranberry fragrance.
Oh, you see that?
Shall I get it?
Yeah, okay. If
Sorry.
you can, yeah. So I was, there are very few, literally, very obviously Christmassy things that you could necessarily put in a fragrance. Like I wouldn't want a turkey note in my fragrance. But cranberries from Cranberry Sauce. What's this then?
Fleur de Noël. So this is completely off the cuff here.
This should definitely be in.
Yes.
Flower of Christmas.
This isn't one of my picks though, for some reason, but it's only because I've literally just got it.
Oh right.
Fleur de Noël is an Yves Rocher. It's actually discontinued. Discontinued Christmas limited edition.
Wow.
With cranberry.
Brilliant.
And the reason I picked it is because it's got almond in it.
Oh, okay.
So I like anything with almond.
Okay, yeah.
So this is cranberry and almond. I'm not sure what else is in there, but it's I guess you could say it's a festively.
Yeah, definitely.
Fleur de Noël. So it's actually a Christmas special.
Does that mean Flower of Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, does Noel actually mean Christmas? Or what does Noel mean?
In French.
Noel.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Definitely. Come on, you should know that. Okay, let's get on with it.
Sorry.
I'll let you go first then.
All right.
So which one?
You pick one for me.
Okay. I'll pick that one first.
Because it's closest to your hand.
Okay.
So what we've got there is Shazam. And Shazam is by 4,160 Tuesdays, and the reason this is the most Christmassy scent from my collection. It always smells like Christmas to me because it smells like spiced mulled wine in the opening, and then in the dry down it's resinous. There's loads of labdanum. It gets really sticky. It's it's just, it feels really quite festive to me.
That does. And you're absolutely right about the sort of mulled wine vibes.
Yeah.
Which do you like mulled wine?
I actually do. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh. I find that I like red wine, and then I feel they've kind of spoiled it by putting on.
Because I don't like red wine, but I like mulled wines.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So we differ on that. But I do agree that's really nice. So Shazam, and that was clever because I mean mulled wine, that is really Christmassy.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling mine are not that obviously Christmassy.
Well, no, that's about this is the Christmassiest one I've got.
The most literally Christmassy smell. Brilliant, good pick. Okay, now mine, some of them are sort of spicy and rich, but I've kind of, for whatever reason, they feel festive, like I would want to wear them at this time of year, and I'll explain why. So the first one then, actually, this is Hubigant Cologne Intense, which, as you can see, has a rather spectacular bottle glistening in the bright light. And the reason I picked this one, it's a citrus aromatic fragrance, as you know, and it's got your usual kind of bergamot and neroli. There's some jasmine in there. There's mate tea. There's patchouli, and there is a little bit of incense. So some people say it's got a wisp of this
a hint of incense in anything is going to give it or lend it a slightly Christmassy vibe, because it's going to kind of hark to going to church and stuff.
Yes. Yeah, not that either of us do.
Did I last go to church? I never.
Never.
No, I did go. I did go to a Christmas. What's that mass thing? Midnight mass.
Yeah. All right.
Went to a midnight mass once, but I don't really remember much about it.
No, I think people sometimes go to that after the pub.
I heard there was free wine.
Oh dear. Sorry to any devout viewers who are watching, but yeah, we do mark Christmas here, don't we? You know, we have a tree.
I've got a tree.
And of course, you know, if you celebrate if it's Hanukkah for you, or you know, whatever you're into for this time of year we're talking about. Now then, the reason I chose this for Christmas is just because I remember I first discovered it just a few days before Christmas in, I think, Phoenix in Brent Cross, right when I first got really into the fragrance thing, and just thought it was really nice, and it was at the time a bit expensive, and I just got a sample and I thought, wow, that's so nice. And it was over that Christmas that I wore a couple from my sample a few years ago, and it just conjures up a Christmas memory for me, even though it doesn't smell very Christmassy, but it's a lovely citrus.
It is rich enough though, that it's fine for the cold weather, and as I say, with the incense as well, it lends it a little bit of a Christmassy vibe, I guess.
Yeah, and it smells and looks quite fancy.
Yeah.
Which you might want to pull out your best stuff for Christmas. Okay, next.
Passez-moi.
For you.
Pass me the one in front.
That one?
Yep.
Okay.
So.
I'll let you hold it up.
Yes.
What is this?
This is Bengal Rouge. Bengal Rouge by Papillon Perfumery. So this was released only this year, and it's very rich and cozy. It's there's sandalwood, there's rose, there's a beautiful ambery kind of vanilla-y accord. Do you remember it?
Yeah, but
it's so opulent. I think that's why this could be a gift that you give to a king.
It's very rich.
It's very rich, quite sweet, resinous
Quite
again.
Sweet, yeah.
It's sort of resinous, a bit incensey. Just feels super rich and opulent and velvety, and it's gorgeous in the dry down. It's very sweet, sort of caramelized. Resins.
I remember you said the dry. You like the opening quite a bit, but it's the magic for you in the dry down.
So I about 2 hours in is when things get, for me, ultra special.
Right.
But I mean, it's lovely. It's got honey in as well.
So, yeah, that's it. Quite a
it's
lot
honey
of honey
in the opening.
Yeah.
Which is
I
what
can
you
smell that from there. Yeah.
But then it's later on. It gets really rich and cozy. It almost feels like a hot chocolate kind of caramel ambery thing. It's lovely. So,
and that would be like a total. That could be your Christmas day scent or something. That's like one of your most rich, and luxurious smelling in a way.
Yeah, and it's strong and it's really, really long lasting. So it will take you through the whole day, right into the night as well.
So that's Papillon Bengal Rouge. And was that one of your favourite pickups of the year?
I would say it is, yeah.
Yeah. So check out Papillon. That's a really good fragrance house, actually. Under the radar slightly compared to the hyped up niche ones, but really
the
good
thing
juice.
with perfumer Liz Moores is she spends years making one fragrance. So you see some houses knocking out a shit ton of fragrances. Sorry for swearing on your channel.
Shocking.
They knock out a lot every year.
They do.
And then you have someone like Liz who is this beautiful lady that lives in the woods with loads of animals, and she's very Mother Earth, but also very glamorous. And she spends years making one fragrance, and I think you can tell.
Rare.
I really do think you can tell.
So great house to check out if you haven't already. I agree. Okay, so my next one is gonna be a bit more spicy and Christmassy smelling, maybe, and it's Spice and Wood by Creed. which was very kindly gifted to me by Claire, who's recently borrowed it.
I borrowed it back.
Yeah,
Told it for a little while.
So this is outrageously expensive, and it's a very, very high-end fragrance in terms of the price and everything. It, as the name suggests, it's spicy and woody. I think there's bergamot, but
Some apple.
apple is a.
It's actually lighter. If you're just listening to the title Spice and Wood, you might be thinking of Herod by Parfums de Marly, or something very rich and spicy. But in actual fact, there's a beautiful lightness to it. It's quite the woods are kind of ethereal and dry, and the spices aren't too heavy. There's a nice little bit of sweetness going on. I think it's lovely.
I agree. Yeah, sort of a hint of maybe clove and or cinnamon in there with this nice freshness, but it's not very lemony. Apple sort of gives you an idea of the fruitier element is more like apple than zesty lemon or something, isn't it?
So in terms of how fresh it is, I'd put it in the same ballpark as Aventus.
Oh yeah.
Because it's got that kind of, but it's not, the opening's not as fresh as Aventus, but it's got that ethereal, dry woodsiness. The spice is not heavy, thick, or rich, and it's supported by a bit of sweetness, and you've got the apple, which makes it a little bit interesting. Obviously, I really like it. I wouldn't have bought it for you if I didn't love it.
I totally love it too now, and it's a really, really good one. Of course, rather luxurious as well, which makes it appropriate for this time of year. So, and we both find good in performance, don't we? We think it lasts all right.
I remember, because you were sampling it a long time ago, and I remember thinking it wasn't that great, but I think we've been a bit tight with the sample.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot with people and samples. Yeah.
But when you spray it, as you would, try not to think about how much you spent on the fragrance and spray it normally.
Don't be mean with it, no.
And I get a really good performance from it.
Yeah, me too. Okay, it's your next one then. Next.
Yes. Do you want to pass me just whatever you can reach?
That one?
Yep.
Okay, one of your favourite fragrance houses.
So this is a Guerlain fragrance. It is very exclusive. It's it was initially in the L'Art et Matière line. I'm not sure if it comes under that banner anymore, because you can only get this in Paris.
Right.
And I think they've got it in 2 boutiques, the Place Vendôme boutique and the Champs-Élysées. You have to go to Paris to get it. They won't send it to you.
Right.
And it's called Iris Ganache. Used to be in the square rectangle bottles, last
like Bois d'Harmonie.
Yeah,
I didn't know it once was in those bottles.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So that's how it was. Then they discontinued it, and you couldn't get it for years.
It's very hard to get, isn't it?
And then they reissued it, and you can only get it in
You
a
were
big
obsessed
bottle.
with getting it for a while.
I was absolutely obsessed with it. Well, no, I didn't go to Paris to get this. Someone else who lived in Paris kindly went and got the very last drips for me, and here we have it, Iris Ganache. Iris, a white chocolate accord, a hint of violet. It's got a bit of cinnamon, so that's why I feel like it's heavenly.
That's heavenly, yeah.
I feel like it's perfect for Christmas because it's got that spiciness, but it's not mega spicy. It's just very rich with the iris and the white chocolate.
It's heavenly,
and the vanilla. It's a Guerlain do vanilla like no one else.
There is a certain magic about Guerlain. They can smell completely different, but there's some of them it smells like a Guerlain fragrance, one of their best. Yeah. And then that's got that in it, that magic. I really like that,
Yeah, so that's my festive.
Semi-gourmand-ish, but not out and out, or would you say?
It smells like a perfume, but I would say it is a gourmand because of how much vanilla is in there, the spices, kind of the white chocolate note.
Does ganache mean that's a foodie sort of desserty thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so chocolate ganache is basically like it's a chocolate. It's like molten chocolate. So chocolatiers would use the ganache inside a truffle or something like that.
Right, I get it now. Yeah, great. Love that one. That's one of your finest, absolutely. My next one then is, I'm going to go with this one. So, Eau de Missions, the famous vanillic type of fragrance from France. So this is from Le Couvent de Minimes. Don't know if this is discontinued now. It's getting harder to find.
You don't see it that often, but every now and then you might see it in a TK Maxx or a TJ Hughes or whatever.
It's TJ Maxx, isn't it, in the USA?
Is it TJ Maxx? Yeah. But you would 12 quid you pay for that,
I
didn't
think,
you?
yeah, £12.99. I
Half
think,
a litre.
for 500 mils, which we've somehow got through because we were using it a bit as room spray, but it's actually
It doesn't deserve that treatment.
No.
It's a really, really good quality fragrance.
It's heavy on the vanilla, isn't it?
Very heavy, and
vanillic.
it's natural vanilla. So these.
Is it?
In this,
Right.
I think they only use naturals.
Oh, okay.
Botanical cologne.
Oh, of course, yeah. Okay.
I think they only use naturals, and in this day and age now, for that to be, they couldn't possibly make that at a low price because the price of vanilla's like.
I think it's getting very
Gone
expensive
through
to
the
use.
roof now, but they use either very high in naturals or all natural, and I think it's, if you like something like what's that rose, cafe rose, what's the rose chocolate coffee, Montel?
Intense Cafe.
I think it's quite similar to Intense Cafe. A lot of people say it smells like Spiritueuse Double Vanille, but whenever I've smelled that, I've never felt that it's not that similar to that. But to me, it's more like Intense Cafe.
Yeah, you've made that comparison before, and I've said, yeah, I agree. You've got a point there.
I think there's rose in there.
It lists some things here. It says benzoin, by the way.
Benzoin.
Myrrh is listed. Virginia cedar doesn't list rose on here, but yeah, it's not just vanilla. Some people find it boozy as well.
Yeah.
But you don't tend to find it boozy.
I don't find it boozy
smell.
on skin. When I smelt the lid just now, I can kind of see what you mean. There's it's almost like a slight liqueur-ness to it. But when you actually wear it or spray it on your pillow, or wear it like I have done, it doesn't smell that particularly boozy to me. But that's just a lot of people do. Hello, sweetie, come on in.
Come on. You can go up there. So yeah, a really, really nice vanilla and other things fragrance that if you can pick it up should be a really good low price.
It is so much better than the price tag would have you think.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% that. And kind of Christmassy because it's comforting and warming and sweet and maybe a bit spicy. Come on, why not just pick one of us and come up. Can you see her yet? Yeah, there she is. Okay, so that was my pick, and you've got the one in the atomizer or the bottle, which?
The bottle. No, the atomizer we've done because.
That's the atomizer.
That's the atomizer
Iris
I've got
Ganache.
with the Iris Ganache.
That is a wicked atomizer.
It's really nice.
It weighs a ton. Was that expensive, or did you get it with your purchase?
It came with the purchase.
Guerlain atomizers are good, folks. We better say hello then. Hello. Look up here. She doesn't like to be picked up when she doesn't want to, so we won't.
Sweetie does what Sweetie wants.
Yes, Sweetie is looking forward to Christmas too. So you like the bottle, yeah?
Yes.
This is one of your favourites.
Yes. So, a lot of my choices, I think I said earlier, are very vanillic. And this is very, very vanillic, but it is. Look at that bottle. I mean, no matter
the bottle's brilliant.
What it smells like, how great is that for Christmas?
And what are those floating around in it?
They're real gold flakes.
So that's Christmassy in itself.
Yeah.
It looks Christmassy already.
So it's Lune Feline. I don't think you can pick out the name on there, but it's Lune Feline by Atelier des Ors, and this is a rich and spicy vanilla. It doesn't go too sweet or foody. I think there's saffron, I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very rich, spicy.
It is spicy as well as vanillic, yeah.
Almost a little suede-like. The vanilla's not too sweet, it's quite a woody, very natural smelling vanilla. Look at her.
Yeah. It's really good. Just a lovely vanilla note runs throughout, but there's more.
Again, I could just completely see this being a great gift for a king.
It would be a great gift
I
to
would
get.
give that to baby Jesus.
You keep bringing Jesus into this. I don't know where this has come from.
But it's Jesus' birthday,
I know,
isn't
but
it? So.
most people sort of
or whatever.
They gloss over that side of Christmas, but I like that you're bringing it in. Yeah.
How gorgeous!
And it looks like one of those Christmas
It's
snow
like
shaker
snow
scenes.
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant.
Good just
choice.
A really, really nice, rich vanilla fragrance, and resins as well. Again.
Yeah. And another really good niche house that's not your obvious main brands that everyone's heard of. That one is slightly expensive, isn't it? Not cheapy.
Yeah, they're quite pricey.
But the kind of niche you think is worth the niche money, right?
Yes. To me, it smells expensive. They use the same perfumer for the whole line, and I'm going to forget her name now.
Don't worry.
Forgotten.
Okay, if I can, I'll dump
really,
the word
really
over.
good perfumer, and they use her for everything they do. And I think you can tell they have a nice relationship because the fragrances are so good. The Iris ones, you really like the Iris one, Iris Fauve.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, we did a video about them, didn't we, a while back? Yeah, I definitely agree. That's an absolute beauty, and would be great to wear around Christmas time. So I've got 2 more. Have I? Have I got 2 and you've got? What have you got left?
One more.
Oh, you have got 1 left.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay. Next up, then I'm going to include Antaeus by Chanel, and I did a video recently on my Patreon group, just put up today, where I said these are my aged. Oh God. Something wet.
The cat was licking you. That's bizarre.
Honestly. I did a video about my aged vintages, and I said, you know how some people at Christmas maybe they pull out their vintage bottle of wine or of old whiskey that's kind of matured. Oh, now finally after 30 years I'm going to enjoy it. I was wondering if you could kind of do that with fragrances.
Yeah.
Because you know how they change a bit and sort of lose. They go not off, but you can smell they're old.
Yeah.
And I included this bottle that you kindly gave me this one ages ago as well, and it's an old vintage bottle of Chanel Antaeus Eau de Toilette, which is a very rich, leathery castoreum kind of fragrance.
I think Sweet is just completely stealing the show
she's
here.
putting us off. She's So it's a very heavy masculine fragrance, but very classy as well. A bit like the more classy brother to Chorus by Yves Saint Laurent, but from the same year, 1981. Therefore, for me, it's sort of it could be a good special occasion dressed up fragrance. I don't think you'd wear it with a jeans and t-shirt so easily. And I like to pull out some of the vintage ones that I perhaps save. Oh, don't want to waste it. Well, Christmas time you should.
Yeah.
And with like 400 fragrances, I shouldn't even be thinking that. So a vintage one for Christmas for me, but not obviously. It doesn't smell of spices and Christmassy obvious smells. But for me, it's a festive kind of thing.
Yeah.
One more for you.
One more for me. So that gold atomizer there.
Oh right, yeah, of course. Another nice atomizer.
So this is MDCI's Super Palatin.
Oh, you included it.
Yes. So Dan's actually just given me my Christmas present. He's given me another atomizer because
I didn't know you already had.
No,
I thought
literally
you had,
only got
right.
this. So I've been a bit tight with it. If I can get it.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I think this is a 15ml. I think this is an official atomizer.
Yeah.
I bought off someone in one of the groups.
Oh, okay.
And it's MDCI Super Palatin. Bertrand Duchefort masterpiece, in my opinion. I absolutely love this. I got through a few small, I had a sample and then a couple of small decants. Then I was thinking it's on my to buy list. I will buy a bottle at some point. And then someone was selling this in a group, so I grabbed that, but I'm tight with it because that's all I had.
Oh, okay.
And then Dan's just given me another,
just a decant,
really nice posh atomizer and some extra decants, so I can now be a bit more lavish with it, and I love it.
What does it smell of?
So
I love it too. It's
the notes in here are literally they fill up
long list,
a page.
Okay.
To me, it smells like a very
classy.
vintage. It smells like a very vintage female fragrance. It smells a little bit aldehydic, and I don't think there's aldehydes as such, but it just got that really old vintage feel when you first spray it. So it dries down to lots of labdanum and resins. It's rich and it's sweet and it's caramelly again. Just gorgeous, sort of ambery. It's absolutely lovely. So when you first smell it, it's like you do get a ton of notes all at once. So you think it might be too much, a bit too crazy. It doesn't take long at all till it gets really, really rich, and I just think it's perfect for Christmas because of that, because it's so rich.
That is really, really pure class, and I think men and women could wear that. I think
definitely.
You seem to think it's perhaps marketed more towards men, isn't it?
I think it's marketed to men.
Yeah.
I do think it is marketed towards men, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
I'm really taken with that. I was actually thinking I shouldn't have given it to you. I should just get that. giving you some.
Well, I'm glad you
giving
did.
you some socks or something. So yeah, I'm gonna.
Big sweet hair right here.
Thanks, sweetie. I'm gonna get at least a decan of that. I think because it's really good.
Is
So
good.
brilliant fragrance. And you were the one who kind of decided it was really good. I remember a while back, and I'm now convinced.
I would say, people say all the time, this is a masterpiece, this is a masterpiece. I try not to bandy that about too much, but when it comes to Chypre Palatine, I will dip my toe in that masterpiece water.
Right. What an image.
What on earth? And I will say, that's a masterpiece.
And I don't think you're like a massive fangirl of MDCI normally, are you?
No, there's nothing else by them that I really love. There's a couple that I like, but that's the only one I'm just like, that's amazing. But I do think Bertrand Duchefort is probably one of my favourite perfumers.
Ah, yeah. He was the man behind Traversée de Bosphore by L'Artisan perfume.
Yeah. And quite a few others I really love by him. So,
Bertie as well thought of, isn't he? In the Fragcom,
Uncle Bert.
Is it my turn? Last but not least then for me, predictably I guess, Bois de Portugal from Creed. There isn't anything in and of itself Christmassy about the smell, but it's a very, I think, a very classy, dressed up, masculine, slightly old-fashioned fragrance. So for Christmas Day, we'll talk about what we're doing actually on Christmas Day, which is quite sad.
This is going to be cheery.
But if we both had something really nice to do with loads of people that we really wanted to impress, for me this would be my kind of go-to dressed up. Wintry, because it's rich, but it's a little bit green, and there is a citrus green bergamot thing, sandalwood, lavender, classy, gentlemanly, my favourite fragrance ever. So that would be my Christmas Day scent if anything nice was happening. So that's it for our top. Let us know what you think of our festive picks.
Yes.
But now we'll talk about Christmas. So
let's talk about
who's got the most depressing Christmas Day?
Let's talk about Christmas and New Year, shall we?
Oh yeah. Okay, so let us know in the comments below what you're doing for Christmas. And of course, when we see the adverts on TV, everyone's got a fantastic family gathering of 20 people, all in their Wally-ish Christmas jumpers.
Tucking into an amazing home-cooked Christmas
Yeah.
meal with all the trimmings.
Yeah, 100 different
laughing, gifting
puddings.
each other lovely presents, sitting around the tree.
How happy, yeah.
Singing Christmas carols together.
Yeah. Now, we all know for many people that's not the reality of Christmas, so we're not the only ones who perhaps aren't having that this year. But what are you doing and why?
I'm working the night shift.
On Christmas Day?
Yeah, so I'm actually working the night shift as of Monday, so I don't know when you're going to put this out. But,
yeah, it'll be up before then. Yeah,
so
we're filming this Friday. I might put it up Saturday, sorry, just before Christmas. I might put it up pretty quick. Anyway.
Yeah, Monday night, then Tuesday night, which is Christmas Eve, and Wednesday, which is Christmas Day, I'm working 12-hour night shifts. So I'll be going to work I'll be leaving the house about 6:30 p.m, working through till around 6:37 a.m.
Yeah.
And so that's my Christmas. I'm really hoping my colleague Bob wasn't joking when he said he's going to bring me in a Christmas dinner.
Oh no!
That his wife will be cooking. I really hope he wasn't joking. Otherwise, I'll just have a microwave meal.
You hope he wasn't joking?
Yeah, I really hope he's going to bring me in a Christmas dinner that I can microwave. If not, it will be some kind of like tikka masala rice combo from the co-op.
Wow. And so, and you're not obviously you're not going till the evening, so you could, if you were desperate, do something on the day.
But I'll be sleeping off the night shift from before, I'll be sleeping till 1, hopefully, if I can sleep. If you never get enough sleep on the night shift, I'll be sleeping till around about 1, 2 o'clock. Get up, mooch around for a couple of hours, and get ready for work.
And we should just say what you do, because roughly,
water. I work in the water industry, looking after treatment works and reservoirs from a distance.
So essential things that can't stop for Christmas. Of course, a lot of people have to work Christmas Day. People in the health service and all that. So we're lots of people in that
services are all working really hard.
Yeah,
as well.
But I felt for you this year a bit. And me, well, at the moment, my mum's been unwell this year. I'm temporarily staying with her. And my house sale has been slightly delayed, so it's just, I'm not sure if my sister will come, but it's just going to be me and my slightly unwell elderly mum. We haven't thought about that. If I'm cooking, we're in in big trouble. I don't know what we're going to have to eat. I haven't thought about it, so a bit grim. And New Year, you're working as well?
Yeah, so basically I'm off for a few days after that set of night shifts, and then just ready for New Year I'm back to work day shifts, 12-hour day shifts.
So you wouldn't want to go out?
New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, so there'll be no partying for me.
Okay.
What about you?
I have no idea what I'm doing. At least theoretically I could do something.
Yeah.
But I'm in a bit of a in between things place in my life, so I haven't really got a social scene going on, so it could be pretty sad. It could be at home.
At least you can go down to your local.
I could do. I've never. Where I'm staying this year, I'm staying with my mum while I look for a house, which I'm hopefully buying near here. But I'm in Potter's Bar. I've never been to the pub there since I've stayed there. I just haven't felt like it this year. So.
See what Dave's doing.
Yeah. Does anyone remember my cameraman, Dave? Make it inverted commas, cameraman. So yeah, my social life's bad. So yeah.
I thought we were going to be upbeat. You said we were going to try and be upbeat.
So we've actually got no festive occasions to wear any of these fragrances.
No, I've been out quite a few times this last week or so.
The run up to Christmas can be good.
I've had my work's Christmas drinks.
Well, I've heard about that. Yeah.
And that got really messy. I can tell you, it's all sorts of shit. Come on, can I tell them?
You can tell some of it. Try and.
You don't want the one about the man shitting himself.
I was going to say try and say that in a polite way, but go on, carry on.
Well, basically, one of my colleagues lost his jacket. One of my colleagues potentially has broken his toe and pooed himself at the same time.
Broke his toe and pooed his pants.
And another colleague ended up driving. No, not driving. Another colleague ended up, instead of going back to the hotel he's supposed to go back to, went to his ex's house, didn't realise. His ex-wife took a kebab in and sat eating on the table before she approached him and said, "What are you doing?"
He's still got the key then.
It's still his house, but they're separated. So he accidentally went back to his old house. What else did I tell you?
Someone became aggressive.
Another colleague nearly had a few fights.
It's funny.
And there was only about 5 or 6 of us out.
I saw a photo. You looked.
I think I got off quite lightly, so I just managed to vomit in my own hotel room in my own toilet. So.
And you went out having eaten that day a slice of toast.
2 slices of toast and 2 pieces of bacon.
That's all you'd eaten before you went out.
And we started drinking at about 2:30 in the afternoon.
And you didn't then have something while you were out to eat. So what do you expect to happen? Oh dear, viewers, we don't recommend that.
We do not recommend this kind of behaviour. Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah.
Or certainly in my case.
Yeah.
But cheers.
All right. On that note, I think we'll have to end it. Thanks ever so much for watching. We'll try and get another episode out soon. Well, it sounds like you're good, but as soon as possible.
Once you're in your flat, it's only going to be then round the corner from me, so we'll be able to get together a bit more.
I think we'll have more episodes of with
more
me and Claire,
content, and there might even be some tipsy ones.
Yeah, I'm moving literally a stone's throw away from Claire, and so that means that hopefully we can both have a drink without one of us having to drive home or anything like that. So, and of course, just being nearer, we can put out more episodes of the Frag Chat.
We're planning to go live, aren't we?
We are planning to go live.
If you're not too afraid to have me live on your channel, because you can't bleep out.
No, I'm not going to bleep out what you said today anyway. So, but it would be laugh, wouldn't it, to have a slightly tipsy live feed. So that's to look forward to.
So we wish you all a Merry Christmas.
A very Merry Christmas.
And a smelly Christmas.
Festive season. And a smelly Christmas and New Year. Enjoy yourselves and take care. See you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye bye.